Hello, all you hardcores out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the voice of hardcore boxing. Christopher Eubank Junior, or Junior, as his dad calls him. I think his dad's name's Eubanks, is it? And they take S off, but it's now English. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but all I know is that the father's a crank. His cheese has slipped off his cracker. Well, what I want to point out is Christopher Eubank Jr. Has he been disrespectful to Roy Jones Jr.? Yes or no? I think yes, because Roy Jones had him over there nearly 2 years at his gaff, didn't he? Wherever they were doing, I don't know whether they were chasing turtles, snakes, hogs. I don't know what they were doing over there. Chickens. I'm not sure, but what I am sure of is Roy Jones has put a lot of time into him and effort, and it looks like he's got a big fight against Ben for big money. And Roy Jones is off the scene. He's not going to be paying a proper trainer, is he? He's going to give his dad a fee or something. What's he even getting his dad involved for? I mean, what does his dad know about training fighters? Yeah, his dad's been a fighter, but he don't know anything about training them. He don't know what to look for, does he? Not many world champion boxers end up great trainers. I don't really know Roy Jones has trained, to be honest, but he's put the time in on it. If you put a couple of years into a kid, and then he just decides, oh, I don't need you no more. I'm going to work with my dad. I think that's in bad taste, real bad taste. That's just my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I think it's in bad taste, and I don't know. I think that maybe Eubanks need to show a bit of class instead of talking about we want to fight YouTubers, we're businessmen. What is all that about? What about the integrity of the sport, eh? I mean, his dad keeps going on about integrity, right? About how it's unsafe and with this weight issue and things like that, but yet they're willing to let you bash up a YouTuber because that's what would happen. So don't talk to me about integrity of the sport when you're calling out YouTubers. And then your dad's complaining about rehydration clauses because you can only be 60% more. You've signed for it, haven't you? So you know the deal a few months ago, and your dad did. So you've signed for the fight at £157, and you can only put £5 on. All right. To the second weigh-in. Now, normally you can put as much as you want on unless it's IBF or unless it's something that you've got stipulated in a contract. But only putting £5 on is not good when you're used to putting up to 20 on. So that's not good. So a depleted fighter going into the ring is not good. It's not, nobody's got the fighter's best interests at heart. So I agree with the dad a little bit, but they knew the deal, didn't they, when they signed for it? They know the stipulations in the contract. And like I've just said there, have they been disrespectful to Roy Jones? I say, yeah. You put 2 years into something and he's messing about, going with other trainers and cutting you out at biggest fight of his life, where you're going to get the biggest payday because you're his trainer. Let's say he's on 10%. Well, Roy Jones is not going to get his $500,000, is he? If he's on 10%, if he's on 5%, he's not going to get 250 grand, is he? Or whatever, or he's not going to get 5% or 10%, whatever cut of Eubank's money. They're going to keep it in-house, so it's about money. There's no belts online, so there's no sanctioning fees to pay to anybody. It's just a straight pay-per-view fight on DAZN. £10 for pay-per-view. You've got to pay £8 for subscription, but you get obviously some other sport for the rest of that month. So basically, it's £18. It's costing £18. No belt online. one a welterweight, one a super middle, and the dads fought 30 years ago. Is that it? Is that where we're heading with boxing now? Gimmick fights for money. A bit like Callum Howland sucking up to YouTubers. But a few months ago, bleating about these YouTube guys, bleating about it. Now they all want in on it, don't they? They all want in on it, but they were bleating. That's just my opinion. I think that Eubank should beat Ben, but like I said, it's dangerous fight for both men. A very dangerous fight for both men, or it can be. And I don't want to see boxing going down this path, although I will watch. I don't want to see it going down this path. I want to see some fights, old school matchups. I just want to see proper trade fights now. For area, English, British, and Commonwealth. That's what I want to see. Them 4 domestic belts, area, English, British, and Commonwealth. Let's get them strong. If they're strong, the area and the English and the British and the Commonwealth, the European and the world scene will be strong, won't it, from us? But at the moment, it's weak, isn't it? It's actually weak. That's just how I feel. There's people getting title shots at area, English, British, and Commonwealth that normally wouldn't get them title shots. They're normally being a queuing process, but the talent pool's very weak at the moment. So that's where we're heading. Talent pool's weak. That's probably why we're not seeing these belts as active, because the board are having to stick to the rules. But all these other fighters are all going trinket route, and I don't think that's good for the sport. But you know, hey ho. Do I think Chris Eubank Junior has been disrespectful to Roy Jones? Yes, I do. If the kids put 2 years into him training Eubank, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. And what's his father going to do on night? Strut about with a cane and a monocle, talking utter rubbish. Eh? The guy's a raving crank. So Eubank's got 2 defeats on his record. Groves and Billy Joe beat him on points. He's strutting about like he's Floyd Mayweather. I don't get it. Who's his best win? Who is Chris Eubank Jr.'s best win? You'd have to say Arthur Abraham, shot to bits. And you'd probably have to say James DeGale. He was shot to bits as well. That was his last fight. So have we had wool over have we had the wool pulled over our eyes by Chris Eubank Jr.? Well, he's making millions, and technically he's not a world champion yet, unless you want to count his IBO belts. I count them, but nobody else does. So, is he a world champion? Is he WBA interim? I'm not sure, but I don't see him calling out Charlo. Hey, he's calling out Triple G, but Triple G's an old man now, isn't he? I don't see him calling out Charlo or somebody his own age or some up and comers. So, like I said, I lost respect for the Eubanks a long time ago. It's about money for them, but at least they're honest, aren't they? Okie dokie. Let me know what you think in comment section, or email me pokecorner@mail.com. Or if anybody's got big gonads and you want to come on channel, just email me pokecorner@mail.com. Somebody will get in touch with you regarding giving you a slot on Zoom. All right, that's about it. Oh my God. Okie dokie. Peace out.